Right, so welcome back to this Warhammer 40,000 battle report. Today, Shaun has come back to face the Mechanicum on this board, but today he's brought his Eldar, an army that he is comfortable with, and we shall see what damage they can do. Today, the mission is the Spoils of War, which means we can steal each other's objective cards, and we have corner-to-corner deployment. I believe it's Vanguard. We've already rolled off. I'm going to be setting up in that back corner. Shaun's setting up over here. We've got the 6 objectives. Number 1. Number 2 is down here. Number 3. Number 4. 5. And 6. We've agreed that all of the terrain, such as this Dark Eldar stuff here in the middle, the barricades and the portal, are all a 5 up cover. All the ruined buildings will be a 4 up cover. And we shall see who is going to be prevailing today. Mechanicum versus Eldar. So here is the Mechanicum force today. We just have a normal Magus, and he has 4 Cularis and a Cortex controller. We then have the Magus Dominus. He's just come stock, no upgrades or nothing on either of them other than the 4 Cularis there. For troops, we have 20 Ad Secularis Covenant. We've got Rite of Pure Thought, Laslux with induction charges, and Carapace armor. We have 2 squads of 4 Thalax. Each one has a single photon thruster in each. We have 3 Castellax, 2 with Darkfire cannons, 1 with a Mauler bolt cannon. They all have enhanced targeting arrays. For elites, we have 2 squads of 3 Myrmidon Secutors. The front 3 have 2 Graviton guns. 2 of them have 2 each, and 1 has 2 bolters. Just behind them, we have 2 more bolters and 4 phase plasma fusils. Heavy support, we have the Thanatar. He also has an enhanced targeting array. Fast attack, trying out some of these guys. These are my converted Ursarax. We shall see how they do. We also have the Avenger Strike Fighter. That's been upgraded with a Servitor, which gives a Tank Hunter and 2 auto cannons. We also have the Imperial Knight Paladin, I believe. One with the rapid fire battle cannon, and he is the allied detachment for this force today. So we've rolled for my Warlord trait. The Warlord trait for this guy was draw an extra card at the beginning of your first turn. So we'll now move on to Shaun's Eldar. Right, so this is Shaun's army today. Shaun, do you want to talk us through what you've got?
My HQ choice, I have my Farseer. He has the Wraith Forge Stone as well to give a wound back to either the Wraith Seer or the Wraith Knight on a 3-up at the beginning of the movement phase.
So the rest of your HQ is that Wraith Seer, yeah?
Yep, he's got a D cannon as well as his normal weapon.
Okay.
Then for me elites, I have 5 Wraith Guard with D cannons and 5 Wraith Blades with the swords. They have a dedicated transport of a Wave Serpent. It's just there.
There we go.
The other elite are my Fire Dragons, 6 of them with the Exarch with fast shot. And they have the other Wave Serpent as a dedicated transport.
Yep.
Then my troops, I have 3 jet bikes, 1 with a Shuriken cannon.
Yep.
And my 10 Guardians with a Bright Lance.
Okay.
My fast attack, I have 3 Crimson Hunters, the Exarch.
Okay. And
then my heavy support, I have the Dark Reapers with the Exarch. They all just have Reaper launchers and Starshot missiles.
Okay, and then
I have
that's
the
horrible.
Forge World Warp Hunter. And then I also have the Wraith Knight with 2 Wraith Cannons. The Scatter Laser is glued on there, but he does not have that for this battle.
No problem, so we'll come back after deployment. Right, so welcome back after deployment. Shaun won the roll-off and he elected for me to deploy first. He's put the Warp Hunter and the Serpent with the Fire Dragons over there, out of shot of the Knight. Looking to hopefully take the Knight out with them too, I think. I've put me Ursarax here out of cover. In cover. The Myrmidons in the middle of the field looking to rain some fire down. Hopefully on the Wraith Knight there. He's got a squad of Wraith Guard hidden behind the trees. Dark Reaper's way back there in the ruins, looking to get some nice long shots in. The bikes, the Guardians, the other Serpent, and the Wraithseer over this side. Meanwhile, I've got a big line of the Covenant here, looking to sweep round that side. And I've got my main guns back here in the back corner. And the Thalax are in reserve, looking to deep strike in somewhere. And I've got the Avenger as well. So, I'm going first unless Shaun wishes to seize.
I'll try. No.
He does not. So, we'll come back after the Mechanicum, turn 1. Right, so my cards. Blood and Guts, kill something in the assault phase. Kingslayer, secure objective 6, and hold the line. Shaun's on secure objective 6. Kingslayer is going to be difficult. So is Blood and Guts. I don't really want the Knight charging the field just yet. Hold the line. That's something I'll probably get as well. I've done a couple of run moves at the same time. The Ursarax have ran this way. I didn't really want to move the Knight closer to the Fire Dragons or the Warp Hunter. The Myrmidons have pushed forward. This Castellax has moved forward as well. He is now out of Cortex range though. The Ocularis have moved forward. Left everybody down here exactly where they were. And I've also ran the Tech Thralls as well, and they're on objective 4. So I'm going to move on to the shooting now. I've got quite a lot of shooting to do, so we'll come back after I've done that. Right, so we've had mixed shooting from the Mechanicum. Down here, the Knight Rapid fired the battle cannon and managed to take a hull point off the Warp Hunter, and it's shaken, so it's not firing that big gun next turn. Managed to kill a Wraith Guard as well. Down here, the Myrmidons took out a couple of the Guardians. I fired the other Myrmidons and the Castellax that you see there straight at the Wraith Knight. Although I was wounding on 6s, I did get a few wounds and Shaun passed all of his cover saves. I then dropped the Helix Plasma Mortar from the Thanatar here. Took a hull point off the Wave Serpent, got rid of the bikes, and took out a single Guardian. The Guardians then passed the leadership. And I then also fired both of the Castellax over there in that back corner at the Knight. I got a couple of wounds, and even with the -1 to the cover, Shaun rolled a 5 and a 6 to the wounds that I got on that. So that was it. I do score hold the line. I've chose to get rid of no, actually I'm going to keep hold of Kingslayer, I think. Let's have a look. So hold the line. Yeah, so that is 2-0 to the Mechanicum. I get first blood for killing the Wind Riders. So hold the line, and I'm going to keep hold of them. Shaun is going to get secure objective 6 next turn as the Dark Reapers are on them. I chose not to go for them. I tried to do some damage to the Knight instead. So we'll now move on to Eldar, turn 1. Right, so Shaun drew Hungry for Glory, secure objective 1, and Supremacy. I'm holding 3, so the most he can get 3 is not going to be twice as many. The Wraithseer has moved forward there. The Knight has jumped down, but he is still in the cover there. He's pulled the platform back and left the Guardians right where they were behind here. Over here, the Warp Hunter's moved round out of line of sight of the Knight, and the Wraith and this Wave Serpent's moved forward. The Wave Serpent is just within 3 inches of that, so that does get Shaun objective 1. So we'll now move on to Sighted Phase. Shaun has rolled, which powers did you get again?
1, 3 and 5, which is
Eldritch Storm,
Fortune, and Executioner.
So he's just rolled 5, so we'll come back after the Psychic Phase. Right, so as per typical Eldar style, Shaun's shooting has been brutal. He unloaded the shield, Scatterlaser and the Sheraton Cannon down at these and only took 1 wound off these despite their 4 save, 5 up feel no pain. Down here, this Myrmidon squad is gone because of the Wraith Knight and the Wraithseer. And down here, these ones ran because of the Dark Reapers. I only failed 2 saves, which meant I lost the lead guy with the Bolters. Over here, that Wave Serpent shot down at here. and took out a few of the Ad Secularis Covenant. That one guy there is just within 3 inches though, so Shaun did not get supremacy. He did, however, score objective 6 over there from my hand, and he had secure objective 1 himself, so the score is 2-2. Right, so I drew secure objective 4. I rolled for my reserves, both Thalax and the Avenger came on. Put the Avenger here, looking to get shots in at either the Wraithseer or the Wraith Knight. I tried to deep strike both Thalax here, one scattered, and I just managed to place them there. The other one scattered onto the Guardians, and I rolled a 1 for my mishap, so they've gone. Down here, the Ursarax are moving forward, looking to hopefully pop that Wave Serpent and get the Fire Dragons out. I know I'm probably going to end up losing them because of the Wraith and everything that's there as well, but we shall see. I've pulled the Knight back as the Warp Hunter will be looking to shoot at next turn, and all the Strength 10 and Fire Dragons over there I want to keep away from. I've moved the Ocularis up, and I haven't moved the Castellax yet. If I move him closer, he'd be within 12 inches, so he would have to, in fact, you know what, I might. And then I've just shuffled one guy up there as well. I think I might move the rest of them as well. Down here though, I kept all of these exactly where they were, looking to rain shots down on the rest of the field. Right, so over here, the Knight rapid fire battle cannon down here scattered wildly and didn't kill any of the Reapers at all. Over here, the Knight is gone. It took almost the rest of the firepower from the rest of the army. The 3 lightning guns and the photon thruster managed to do 3 wounds on the Knight. The Avenger only got 1 wound on him. That Castellax shot, didn't wound. Both of the Castellax here shot and didn't wound. Over here though, he dropped the Helix Plasma Mortar and the Mauler Bolt Cannon. The Mauler got a wound on its AP3, denying him cover saves because of the Ocularis. And the Helix Plasma Mortar scattered back and caused 2 wounds on that Thalax there. So, I've got a couple of jetpack moves to make and assault moves, but that does score me Slay the Warlord and the Kingslayer card. So we'll come out after the assaults. So in the assault phase, the Ursarax absolutely obliterated the Wave Serpent. I didn't really think about what I should have done, was move them into the cover first and assaulted from the side, so at least they were still in the cover for the Fire Dragons, and the Wraith Guardian coming with some brutal fire over there. These jetpack moved over here, just down and out the way. We're going to move away from the Wraithseer. Our jetpack moved all of the Ocularis as well, and they're hopefully going to deny most of the rest of the cover over this side of the board. Shaun's roll for his reserves. All 3 of his flyers have come on, so I'm expecting to lose something pretty brutal. He has got secure objective 6, which the Dark Reapers are on. Supremacy, needs to hold twice as many as me. And secure objective 3. I have objective 3 over there. Right, so Shaun's movement over here. The Fire Dragons have moved around to get their objective and looking to hopefully get rid of the Ursarax there along with the Wraith Guard. He swung the Warp Hunter back, looking to get a shot down on the Thalax over here. All the flyers coming to bear on the Avenger. Down here, the Guardians have just moved around as well as the Spirit Seer. Farseer. Cast Eldritch Storm and got 2 wounds on the lead Thalax there. I wasn't able to deny it. The Wraithseer has moved around, looking to hopefully knock him off their objective. And this Serpent's moved over, and the Wraith Guard are getting out. And I think he's probably going to try and take that one as well. So, we'll now move on to shooting phase. Right, so Shaun's shooting phase has been brutal. Down here, killed enough of the Covenant to knock me off their objective. I really should have moved them up last turn. Down there, we did the only assault, and he killed the only Ocularis that was there. The Bright Lance and the Warp Hunter shot the Thalax that were there and killed 2, and the other 2 fled. The front guy there took 2 wounds to Eldritch Storm, I think it was. He cast Guide on this, or is it Guide the Psychic Power? Yeah. On this one, and all 3 of them came to bear on the Avenger, and he saved everything. Hasn't even lost a whole point. He also secures objective 6 there, which scored him a point. Obviously that gives him 3. And down here, as expected, the Wraith Cannons destroyed the Ursarax and scored him that one. So that was 4. The Dart Reapers knocked the Lone Myrmid, one of the Myrmidons off that objective. So that was Shaun holding 4 to my 1. So that scored him Supremacy and objective 6, and he rolled a 6. So the score is now 6-6. Right, so the beginning of my turn has been quite productive. I had Big Game Hunter, secure objective 1 and 2. So the Myrmidon there moved up to 2. I was pretty much forced to move the Knight here so that I didn't suffer the fire from the 3 flyers next turn. These 2 guys though got 2 hits on this one and reduced it down to 1 hull point. Shaun elected not to jink because I was hitting on 6s. He'd have had -2 to his jink anyway. Actually, he wouldn't have had a jink save because of that. I wanted to get the battle cannon down on the fire dragons to knock them off there, but I couldn't get line of sight on them from the Knight, unfortunately. So he shot up at the Dark Reapers and he scattered 3 inches, which obviously corrected, and then he got a direct hit as well. So that took them all out. Over here, I shot one of the Dark Fire Cannons at the Wraithseer, took a wound off, and he's now blind. This one shot and didn't wound, and he charged. He needed 7 inches to get in as he's going into cover. He didn't make it, unfortunately. Over here, Shaun lost 3 Wraithguard.
4.
He lost 3 Wraithguard to the Helix Plasma Mortar, and he lost a 4th one to the Covenant there. The Helix Plasma Mortar also clipped the side of the Wave Serpent, and that is now immobilized as well. So I think that was it. Obviously he had to charge and missed, but that was it. They didn't rally, they were still falling back. So I score secure objective 2 and Shaun has secure objective 3. So there's 2, there's 3. I'm close to getting Big Game Hunter and I can't discard secure objective 1, unfortunately. So that puts the score at 8-6 to Mechanicum after turn 3. So Shaun has drew Assassinate, secure objective 6, which he's no longer on, and secure objective 3, which I am on. He's done a few bits of movement. The Wraithseer has moved out here, and the Farseer has moved into there. The Warp Hunter has swung round onto objective 6, and he's looking to get a couple of shots in on the Knight, I reckon. Fire Dragons and the Wraithguard have all just moved forward into there. The damaged Flyer has gone off, and the other 2 are looking to bear down on the Thanator and probably take that out. That Wraithguard is probably looking to charge into there and tie them up for the rest of the game. So yeah, Psychic Phase, he cast Fortune and Guide on this. The Seer is blinded though, which is going to help me being a lower initiative than the Seer in combat. So we'll move on to his shooting. Right, so shooting down here, the Warp Hunter shot down, scattered a little bit and took 1 wound off that back Thalax. I did pass one of my 6 of Feel No Pains. Honestly, that one little dice roll has saved them so many times. However, the Bright Lance from there shot sideways straight into the other one and obviously failed that 6 of Feel No Pain. So the Photon Thruster from there is gone. Over here, Ballistic Skill 1, the Wraithseer dropped his template down on the Castellax there and caused a wound. I filled me 5 up in run. Down here, 2 flyers caused 3 wounds on the Thanatar, so he's down to 1. Back there, I lost a couple of the Covenant to the Wave Serpent as well. That was it for the shooting. Shaun hasn't done anything else, so we're now going to go on to assault. I think it's probably going to be that. Are you assaulting?
Yeah.
No problem. So let's do the Overwatch here actually. So
You can't fail to get in.
I do have quite a few shots. So the Mauler, that's 1 hit, 6 is to wound again. Nope. And then I've got 2 bolt guns.
Then what?
4. Actually can't hurt, can it? No. So yep, he's in. So let's resolve that. Bearing in mind the Wraithseer is blind as well. So over here, the blinded Wraithseer didn't hit the Castellax. The Castellax got 2 hits back, but didn't wound, unfortunately. Actually did, he got 1 wound, but Shaun managed to pass his invuln save. So Shaun scores secure objective 6, and secure objective 1, which puts the score at 8-8 again. Right, so my cards are Big Game Hunter, secure objective 2, and overwhelming firepower. Thalax here, still falling back. The Avenger came back on, shot down at the Warp Hunter. Only actually got 1 pen despite 2 auto cannons and 2 last cannons. Over here the Knight moved forward and dropped the barrage down. It flipped once and got a direct hit, eliminating the Guardian squad. That scored me overwhelming firepower. I thought long and hard about charging him in here to rescue the Castellax. I'm hoping, even though the Wraithseer is not blind anymore, that he doesn't kill me. And he kills me in his turn, which means it frees it up in turn 5 to shoot at. Over here, I dropped the Helix Plasma Mortar on the remaining Wraithblade that was there. I scattered back, and despite 2 dice against the Wave Serpent and not allowing him to jink due to being immobilized, I still didn't even get a glance on that. I shot both Darkfire cannons from the Castellax at it as well, and they didn't pen. So I'm looking to charge the Covenant in against it and just hope to get that one single glance. That was pretty much it for the turn. It was quite quick, so we'll, in fact I'm going to roll for that. We measured I need a 3-inch charge, so don't roll double 1, and I'm in. So we'll come back after I've hopefully destroyed that. Right, so the end of the turn, the Thanator has getting a wound back due to it will not die. Over here, despite being mastercrafted and wounding on 2s, he only caused 1 wound on the Castellax. And over there, as expected, the Covenant wrecked the vehicle. I didn't get the D3 for overwhelming firepower, unfortunately, due to not killing that with the Helix Plasma Mortar or the Photon Thrusters. So I didn't kill 3, but I did kill 2. I scored Shaun secure objective 3. I scored my own secure objective 2. I scored Big Game Hunter and overwhelming firepower. So the score is 12-8 to Mechanicum. Right, so it's been quite a quick turn this. We have done everything in one go. Over here, the Wraith Guard shot up at the Avenger and I jinked and saved it. The Fire Dragons, the Exarch got a pen which I didn't save, and then he got 1 other glance which I failed my jink save on. So the Avenger went. Over here, he charged in at the Ocularis that was there, and all I had to do was pass a single 3-up save to deny him point objective 5. I failed the save there. Over here, the Wraithseer finally took out the Castellax. All of these 2 flyers here shot at the rear armor of the Knight, and he saved everything with his shield. The Warp Hunter couldn't shoot at strength 10 due to jinking last turn. So yeah, the Sheraton cannon shot at the side of the Knight but didn't get anything. This one here obviously lost a weapon previously, so it was only shooting 3 shots down at the Thanatar, and Shaun failed to cause any wounds, unfortunately. So that did get him secure objective 5 over there, which puts the score at 12-9 to Mechanicum. I've drew my cards, which are Supremacy, secure objective 1, and Witch Hunter. Objective 1's over there, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get it now. Supremacy I can probably get, as I'm currently controlling 3 and Shaun is only on 1. Witch Hunter, all I have to do is kill either of those, and Shaun has secure objective 2 and 3, which is that one and that one. So we'll see what I can do. Right, so shooting phase, that Thalax fell back again, snap shoot at the Fire Dragons and didn't do anything. The Myrmidon that was here moved forward and dropped 2 Haywire templates on the Warp Hunter, scored 1. The Thanatar actually dropped the Helix Mortar on it as well and actually blew it up with 2 hull points left. So that was amazing. Down here, the Heavy Stubber killed the little Farseer, scoring me Witch Hunter. The Battle Cannon scattered off of the Wraithseer, and the Knight charged in. The Wraithseer did 2 wounds on the, or 2 hull points on the Knight. The Knight, despite only getting 2 hits, managed to do 4 wounds, 2d3, I rolled 2 3s, and Shaun passed 3 out of 4 of his invuns. So he was down to 1. I think he lost 1 to one of the Castellax in the shooting phase, and the other one failed to wound as well. So that scored me Witch Hunter and Supremacy, which I've just rolled a 6 for, and I stole Shaun's objective 2 there and objective 3 there, so that puts the score at 18-9. So we'll now see what cards Shaun draws. Right, so Eldar turn 5. Shaun ran the Fire Dragons back there to secure objective 1, which was in my hand. And over here, in the combat, the Knight wrecked face. He's only on 2 hull points though. The 3 flyers came to bear on my Warlord. This one with the 2 guns shot down and missed. This one shot at the Thanatar and did 1 wound. I failed the 5-up save. And the Exarch there fired down and didn't wound either. Shaun did have big game hunter, so he was seriously going to kill a monstrous creature there as well. And he pulled secure objective 2, which I'm on. We have rolled already for the end of the game, and the game has ended. The score as it stands is 10-18, and then we've each got line breaker as well. So the score would have been 19-11. It was an incredibly close game. Seriously had me on the edge of my seat the entire game, and all I've got left is these 5 models here, them tech thralls, and the Knight on 2 hull points. Shaun obviously played against them with his Chaos a couple of weeks ago, and he wanted to come back with his Eldar when he was more focused and being able to use an army that he was more familiar with. So Shaun, what were your thoughts on today's game?
I think even though the score says you won comfortably, the models show you didn't really. I think you made quite a lot of saves in the last couple of turns, which if you'd even failed even just a few of them, it would have been completely different. But
I mean, I know I've only got them models left there, but the damage output from these alone is quite...
feeling no pain on Thanatar saved him as well.
Oh, it will not die, yeah,
it
definitely,
die,
because
so,
he got a wound back, so that actually saved it because he took 1 wound there. Otherwise, Shaun would have killed him just then as well. I would say models-wise, actually, I've got a Myrmidon there as well. I would say, although you've got the 3 flyers, you've only got the 4 Wraith, the Fire Dragons, and that's it.
Yeah.
So I would say model-wise, the points, I'm probably sat with more points. But I lost a lot in the first couple of turns as well. Shaun plays very, very aggressive, and losing the Ursarax over there, but I had to stop the Fire Dragon's manoeuvrability. And I knew I was going to lose them to the Wraith Guard, unfortunately, but I had to keep the Knight away from them. The Avenger didn't really do to the Warp Hunter what I wanted it to do, but I think very situational it could do quite well.
The fact I didn't die first turn when it saved 6 shots.
6 pens and I saved them all, that was amazing.
That changed the game, because then I would have had an extra round of shooting with my flyers, so you probably would have lost your Thanatar and possibly your Knight much earlier on.
Yeah. So, not a particularly comfortable win in terms of models, but points-wise, I think I got quite lucky with the cards that both of us drew, and especially being able to steal. I actually stole quite a few of Shaun's objective 2 and 3s over there as well.
I stole 1 point as well.
Shaun only stole 1, but this is probably going to be the last game I play against Shaun with the current Eldar Codex. The new one's out next week, and no offense, Shaun, I ain't playing you. I'm certainly not looking forward to that. I have ordered it myself, so I'm going to consider bringing more allies with me Dark Eldar.
Play it with the exclusive that.
Yeah, it's going to be ridiculous, but yeah, so that is the end of the game. It's been an enjoyable one, so I will get this edited and get it up as soon as we can.